Hello guys, welcome to a new video. In this video, we are going to create a Python project using Kivy to download audio or video from the YouTube link. Let's get this started. Hello everyone. We have a plan for our uh, application which we are going to build in this Kivy. We'll be using a box layout which consists of a box so that all the this fields and the buttons will be wrapped inside it. So inside this we'll be having three text fields, three input fields, and a button. So these three are the input fields and a button. And the first input field will be a URL, and the second input field will be uh, it's the name of the file which will give without the extension, say file name. And the third one will be the path, and like we'll choose the path which will start from the root directory, so it will be the path. And finally, this is a download button, just like that. And when user clicks on this download button, like there will be another pop-up which will be like as follows. Same another layout, and inside this we'll be having uh, two things like heading goes here, and this will be your download audio. And here you will be having download video. That's it. When user clicks on its perspective things, uh, things will go happen. So for this initial part, we need three modules to be installed. From like one thing you need to install is KiwiMD. Kivy is an open source framework, which is a cross-platform in which is a platform independent and cross-platform supportive, which means that if you code in Windows, you can also use the code uh, in Linux and other operating systems also. And MD will be like a material design app, which will help you to design the code, design the user interface with some nice looking. Simply saying, Kivy is like HTML, the structure, and MD is like material design, is like giving it some styles. That's it. And we'll be using this MD file manager from Kivy MD, which we'll discuss it later. Uh, like when we talk building a Kivy app, building an application in Kivy, you need both Kivy and Kivy MD to be installed. If you don't have Kivy and Kivy MD which are installed, then you can just go into your terminal and you can say pip install Kivy MD, pip install Kivy MD. If you already have Kivy MD, I mean downloaded, you will see likewise, or else it will be downloaded. That's it. Then moving into the topic, this KV is place where we are building our stylings. Like we are creating a box layout, as I mentioned, and orientation will be of vertical in size, like one after another, which will place in a vertical direction, not in horizontal, vertical from top down. And each one will have a space of 12 between them, and padding is like outer, just like in CSS. And we'll be having three text fields, And first text field will be for meant for URL input. Like if you could see this IDs, which are very important to identify these three text fields uniquely. Like it is a URL input, it is a file name input, it is a destination input, which means that a destination folder where your file will be stored, and it is an MD riser button, which will be discussed later. Even this buttons should be imported from the Kivy MD. So like we'll give a hint text just to know which like what we should enter in that particular text field. And we'll be adding this icon right YouTube, like they are built in icons in the KVMD. We can use them anyhow, like YouTube is a built-in one, we can use it. And height will be 48 dB, like the bar width. And similarly another text field with file name input as ID, and we'll be saying without extension, uh, enter your file name, which will be in rectangle. Like you will see a file one file icon right side of the bar. And similarly, if you take this start text field, which is a destination folder, which will ask you to select your destination, like on focus, which is a new thing added. Like on focus will tell you to open a file manager from the app, and this app is included in the Kivy library itself. Okay, there is a class in called app, which is a Kivy part. Okay, from this app we are including manage file manager open function, and you can see that file manager open function right here. Okay, we'll discuss it later. So that's it. And MD riser button, similarly we'll be having a text, which is size hint will be nothing, like we'll just say there will be a download button, that's it. Now we don't want a size hint. And on release app dot download of, like download is a function which will be called when it was released, button was released. Like we haven't incorporated that download function yet, but we'll be incorporating that download functionality in later videos. Like every app starts with a class is very important thing in our Python, as you guys know. And this MD app comes from, like from Kivy MD app, import MD app, we have imported MD app now. We'll use this app, which is a part of Kivy MD, and we import MD app, and which is used right here. And we'll be having a build method, of course. In order to build this UI part, we'll be having we should need this build method, which will gather everything into the box layout. Okay, and this in this build we'll be dealing with two things. Firstly, the root part, and second, managing files. Root part will have everything related to this stylings KV, like using builder, which is a part of this MD app. Using this builder will load the string of kv in the sense this styling will load that styling into the root, onto the root. And then another one is a file manager. Firstly root, another one is file manager. And for the file manager we have an MD file manager, which is again a built-in one, which we have used right here. Like we imported here from UIX, user interface. Says like there is a file manager class, we imported it as, we imported MD file manager, like material design file manager. Exit manager will be like when you open a file manager, it should have going back and closing that file manager, no? It will be useful for that one. And select path, which will return you the selected path. And the exit manager will exit that file manager. And Like this file manager is meant for opening the file. Open file manager, you got it, file manager open, which is implemented right here. And select path, the path we have selected here, the path comes here, but the selected path actually comes from here. This I forgot to tell you, this represents root directory, like the drive which you are in the current drive working on, that will be opened. Even if you want, you can move backward also. And this is the path selected, and this path comes here, and it will be stored in the select path. Finally, exit manager, which will close the file manager. That's it. When we run the application for the first time, it will be as follows. Let's give it a try. This run will help you to run the app in this Kivy modules. Yeah, here you go. Like if you can see, there is a YouTube icon, there is a file icon, there is a folder icon. When you click on this folder, uh, it will ask you to choose a folder. Say I told this, it's done. You don't have to worry about it. We will be having a regular expressions catching. It will automatically deal there, and we need to enter a file name without extension. So the file name will be like uh, say trial file, and we have to get the YouTube URL.